Hello everyone, it's me, Maya, and welcome to my channel. Oh my goodness, it feels like it's been forever since I've done a sit-down video. I spent most of November doing the NaNo vlogs, and I enjoyed that, but oh my goodness, I miss talking just about books. I know I put a couple of booky clips in there, and I did a few book hauls or just showing you books, but there's just something so much different about talking face to face. So that's what I'm very excited about doing today. Today is my November wrap up and Winter TBR pile. I'm putting both together because I was writing for NaNoWriMo, I didn't have a lot of time to read, so it probably makes more sense to put them all together. So in the month of November, I only read two books. The first book I read was Rat Queens by Kurtis, Wiebe, and Upchurch. Now, I believe I've spoken about this book a couple times before, but I wanted to put it in the video. Now, Rat Queens, I was especially interested in this book because it's one of the few that depicts realistically shaped women. I think it's very rare, especially in graphic novels, that you see realistic body types, not just the big boobs and the big butt. So I really enjoyed reading a book about real women who curse and just live life to the fullest. I probably wouldn't suggest a lot of the ways that they live life, but hey, I think the whole premise of this book is that the Rat Queens are a group of mercenaries, and for the right price, they do whatever they want. But what they're finding is that there is someone who does not appreciate them, their way of living. So something happens and someone wants to nix them out. That's all I'm gonna say. I really enjoyed the artwork of it. Oh my goodness, I don't know if I can show it to you. Like, the artwork of it is amazing. I will say that the storyline was lacking a little bit for me. It wasn't like an epic story of forgiveness and betrayal. It wasn't like that for me. I think this was more of the artwork that was the selling point. I do definitely appreciate that these were real people from every spectrum. So you have, yes, they have this little magical portion to them, but they're people who are trying to fall in love and they're dealing with their religious pursuits and they're just their family obligations. So it's really interesting how they handle that on top of their issues that are going on. My especially favorite part was at the end, and this is not a spoiler at all, but Dee, who is I think she's the atheist human cleric, and they are throwing this party for whatever reason, and she's sitting in her corner with her book, and she's like, this guy walks up to her, and she's like, don't talk to me. My book is an excellent company. I don't need you. Just walk away. Just walk away. It's like, yes, I'm great in social situations. And I was reading that and like, oh my gosh, D is me. And this is literally how I am in every party that I go to. I just enjoyed seeing that in a book. The second book I read was Sea of Shadows by Kelley Armstrong. Now that is about two twin sisters named Ashen and Moria, and they are the guardians, or the seeker and the keeper of this city called Edgewood, which is on the territory of this spirit-filled forest. And Ashen is the one who is supposed to put the spirits to rest, and Moria is the one who is supposed to protect the city while Ashen is going to put the people to rest. So it's this struggle of how that does not go exactly how they expected, and there's a lot more intrigue and issues going on, and the simple ceremony of putting the souls to rest is not as simple as it was in years time. So it's this epic fantasy of all this stuff happening to these two twin sisters as they get separated and come back together and get separated again. And I really, really enjoyed it. I definitely talked about it in one of the vlogs, and it's just like how well it surprised me. Like, I definitely did not expect to like it so much. It was one of those books that I got from the library that I was kind of just looking around to see what was there. And I definitely is just like, whoa, this is a lot better than I expected it to be. I thoroughly enjoyed both books I read this month. Yes, do I wish I had read more? Probably, but you do what you do. So next we're going to go to my Winter TBR pile. What's a Winter TBR pile, I hear you asking? Now, there are a lot of books that were on my bookshelf that I haven't had a chance to read yet. And I have gotten a lot of my new books from the library, and I thought, before I get any more books from the library, let me read down my TBR pile first. Now, if you know anything about going to the library daily, it's kind of not as fun to do in the wintertime, so I figured during the winter, I'd read down my TBR pile, and then when everything breaks, I can go back to get more books from the library. So in my list of books, I have 20 books in the pile that I would like to read this winter, which I think is a lot more doable than trying to finish all of these books in December. That would just be not going to happen. Now, since there are 20 books, I'm going to go through them fairly quickly. My goal is to read them by height level, so the order that I'm saying them in is the order that I'm going to read them in. But if you see a book that you're like, oh my gosh, that book is amazing, you have to read that first, please let me know, and then I'll bring that book up top. The first book is Dawn's Harbor by Kimberly Hunt, Waiting to Exhale by Terry McMillan, I'll Take Manhattan by Judith Krantz, The Half-Life of Stars by Louise Werner. Cinderella Screwed Me Over by Cindy Madsen. Pink Slip by Rita Ceresi. And one day I'm going to get really good at showing you the titles, like Pink Slip by Rita Ceresi. Murder on Music Row by Stuart Dill. The Paradox of Vertical Flight by Emil Ostrovsky. I'll be very proud if I pronounce that right, but I doubt I did. The Other Half by Sarah Rayner. Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close by Jonathan Safran Foer. The Pink Ghetto by Liz Ireland. Tempest by Julie Cross. And you should, like, a lot of these should seem really familiar because I've been talking about them forever. And now, in the winter, when there's entirely too much time to read, I'm going to get a lot of these done. Tumble and Fall by Alexandra Coutts. National Book Award finalist Far, Far Away by Tom McNeil. Island Apart by Steve Rachlin. Redwood and Wildfire by Andrea Hairston. I got this one signed in college, and I think it's time for me to finally read it all the way through. The Good Goodbye by Carla Buckley. It's white, so I know you're definitely not going to be able to see the cover, but this is the ARC that I won through Goodreads First Reads. Broken for You by Stephanie Callis. Sisters by Danielle Steele. Danielle Steele, my favorite author of all time. And finally, The Flamethrowers by Rachel Kushner. That is all 20. Hopefully I did not miscount and there's like 30 here. Please let me know if there's any books in particular that I should read first. I hope you have enjoyed this video. I hope you have noticed my Christmas decorations in my room. This is Randy the reindeer. I just wanted to add at least a little bit of Christmasness in my room this holiday season. So I hope you have enjoyed this video. It's so good to be back to doing face-to-face videos. If you would like to see more of these videos, please subscribe if you haven't already. I post videos every Wednesday. Trust me, they are every Wednesday and they are fabulous. And yes, I'm a little biased. If you like this video, please hit that like button and I will see you next time. Bye guys!